Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to talk about Invisalign informed consent and other paperwork that you need for an Invisalign case. And I'm hoping if you are a new Invisalign provider that this is something that they're covering in your intro class. Obviously, it's been a really long time since I've taken an Invisalign intro class, and I have no reason to take it. So I'm not sure what they're telling you. Within your portal, there is the informed consent document. They keep moving it around, and last I checked I couldn't even find the PDF version, but it's super easy to find if you just go to Google. Just look up Invisalign informed consent PDF, and a bazillion will come up, and just use that. You're allowed to use it on any Invisalign case. Matter of fact, you should use it on any Invisalign case. Matter of fact, it's critical that you use it on every Invisalign case. If you've already done cases, and if you're not sure that every single case has an Invisalign informed consent signed and scanned in, this is a great homework assignment that must be done by someone on your team. Go and audit every single Invisalign case in your Invisalign portal and make sure all of them have informed consents. If they were not signed and or filed, you have a little bit of backpedaling to do. It must be done. Trust me, if you do not do it, you will regret it. Remember, these patients have up to 7 years to complain. After treatment is done, you have to hold the records, as well as 7 years after they turn 18. So if anything was to go wrong now or later, down the road, and you didn't have that informed consent, you're gonna be in some big trouble. So it's okay to backpedal. You just go to the patient and say, hey, sorry, looks like we misplaced this, or we may not have had an opportunity to have you sign this. Really important that in order for us to continue proceeding with your Invisalign case, that we get this paperwork completed. You can say it a little bit nicer than that, especially if it's your fault, but you gotta get it signed. So make sure you get it signed no matter what. Personally, I will not treat a patient in any way, shape, or form that does not have it signed. If you've already started the case, this is a little bit of your mess to deal with. 99.9% of the time, patients are very nice when you're nice about it, about signing it. Now, the point of informed consent, and hopefully they went over this in dental school, is that you give the patient an opportunity to read it, and then you give them an opportunity to ask questions. And normally in my offices in the past, this is something that was handled by an office manager or TC, but I never, ever accepted a treatment, finished the Clin Check, anything like that, unless I knew it was signed. If it was not signed, I can't approve that Clin Check. I'm not starting the case. So that was something that I, as a doctor, took the extra step to confirm it was signed and scanned in. We do the same thing in Ortho for braces cases. You have a separate informed consent, and if you want to see what that looks like, I have copies of those that can be purchased in my document store on my website, Straightsmile Solutions. Go to store, go to documents, it's there. It's $20 if you're not one of our members. If you are one of our members, they are free. So, Invisalign informed consent, free, just get it. What else do you need to start an Invisalign case? Well, that's really up to you. That's the only thing that I would say is required. It's kind of a good idea to have some type of contract. I have standard basic ortho contracts available again in my store. If you want to grab a copy of them, you can. But this is also things that you can ask your Invisalign territory manager, and they should have assigned you to somebody, and it's going to be listed in your portal. If you're not sure, you can give their customer service a call and find out who it is. I find that when you're kind of low level, you probably won't hear much from them. They tend to buzz around when they want you to do more volume, when they're trying to meet quotas and stuff. Or if you start to do a lot of volume, they mysteriously come out of the woodwork. So in the olden days, they were much more helpful. Now they're just overcommitted. They have way too many doctors, and there's usually separate ones for GPs and orthos, 2 separate ones, which I think is good. I agree with that because they have different needs. So talk to your TM and see what other paperwork they might have for you. Supplemental insurance informed consent forms. I use those because I'm an orthodontist and I take really hard cases, right? So, if I'm worried about lower jaw growth or open bites or lots of things, root resorption, I have a lot of stuff on stock that I've created over the years, again, available in my store. If you're not taking super hard cases, you probably don't need those. But if you are, you definitely probably need them. Again, a supplemental layer of protection. These are things that the AAO recommends and the AAOIC, the American Association of Orthodontist Insurance Company. So I've taken a lot of webinars with them, and I've learned what to do and what not to do. So I tend to over-inform consent just to cover myself. Things don't always go as planned. Weird things happen. And if I know there's a higher chance that a weird thing's gonna happen, I'm gonna have you sign an additional form. If you don't wanna sign it, I don't do your treatment. It's that simple. Blah, 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 we move on with treatment. We finish treatment. Once you finish treatment, you need to have a debond paperwork signed. I do have one. I have a few. I have one for braces, one for aligners. So again, available in my store, or you can ask your TM. They might give it to you for free. A lot of times they have these things in stock, but they're not going to give it to you unless you ask. So always, always, always have your patient sign off on the treatment saying that they are happy, they are satisfied, and they realize that retainers need to be worn on a certain schedule. It's a great opportunity to put that schedule in and to explain at that point in that paperwork how your retainer program is going to work. You're like, whoa, what? I didn't know anything about that. Yes, you cannot just give your patient a set of retainers and say bye. It doesn't work like that. You need to figure out how your program is going to work. Everyone does it differently. Are you including a full set of 4 Viveras with your treatment? Yes or no? Not everyone does. Very few people do. But it's a nice added bonus if you are. I mean, certainly I would let patients know at the beginning, because that's a nice value add if you are. Are you including retainers at all? Most orthodontists include at least 1 set, but you're going to need way more than 1 set in a lifetime. Do you have a retainer aftercare program? Do you have a retainer warranty? What's that going to look like? How long are the retainers going to be warranted for? What's the cost later if they need a new one, et cetera, et cetera? You need to think all of that out. Remember, patients will need way more than 1 retainer in a lifetime. And if you don't explain that to them and explain how that's going to work and what the cost is and what's going to happen if things shift, you're going to have trouble, because it is probably the #1 complaint that as an orthodontist, I always got from patients who maybe left a GP and came to an ortho because they just didn't handle their retention program correctly. I know you're not thinking it could be, a big revenue generator, but it can be a big practice killer if you don't do it. And it actually could be a revenue generator if you stage things correctly. I love the idea of having a menu saying at the front, when I start case, what's included. We're going to include 1 set of standard retainers. You're going to need bare minimum 4, if not more sets in a lifetime. We recommend that you purchase Vivera up front. I like the idea of selling the Vivera at my cost, no additional fee if they get it at debond. If you get it after debond, I'm going to assess an additional fee because I'm going to have to rescan. It's going to take me time to scan and deliver. So cost right now, gosh, what is it? $285, $295, $310? I don't know. It's something like that plus shipping. So my cost is going to be that. That's for 8 retainers, 4 uppers, 4 lowers. That should be enough to last you for a very long time, if not possibly a lifetime. I can't predict how long it's going to last you. It depends on your diet, the acidity of your saliva, if you have gastrointestinal reflux, the strength of your muscles, if you grind or brux. I don't know. They might stretch out, they might snap, they might break, you might wear them down. Not sure. I recommend bare minimum 4 uppers and 4 lowers to get you started. You might need more. If you get those at the time of debond, I'm happy to sell them to you at my cost. No profit to me. That's exactly what I pay is what you get. Just stick them in a drawer, someplace cool, someplace not hot, certainly not in the car, maybe up in a closet. Some people put them in their safety deposit boxes. That's a brilliant idea. Especially if you've got kids going off to camp, college, you definitely want to get that because there's nothing worse than having them lose or break their retainers. And now it's a big problem because they're going to start shifting immediately. And now you're going to probably have to pay for more alignment. So let's talk about, other types of retainers. There's lots of different retainers. You don't only have to get Vivera, and Vivera is not always the best for the case. So I've got literally, I've got an entire retainer playlist. I made content on everything, all different types of retainers. And there may be patients that come in that ask for a specific type of retainer. Maybe they want that Holly. I personally prefer a Holly for me. I've tried all different ones. I hate bonded retainers on me. I hate Essex retainers. Just don't like them. Doesn't feel right. I love my Hollies. So I've had Hollies for 20 something years, maybe more, 25. I don't know, long time. Same pair. Last really, really nice. Really, really great. Well made. High quality Holly retainers. I'm happy with those, but not all patients will be happy with that. Some patients are going to ask about bonded retainers. Again, for me, unless I feel it's clinically indicated, a bonded retainer is an upcharge. It's going to be, I would say, bare minimum for a single arch, maybe $500. For a double arch, maybe $1,000, because I got to make the Essex to go over it. Because anytime I place a bonded retainer, I'm now married to that patient. When things break, it's an actual emergency and I need to fix it. So, and I'm going to include a warranty up to 6 months usually. And after that, there's going to be a fee of X, Y, and Z to replace the bonded retainer or remake it. And I'm going to list it all out so they know how it works. Also, if they're going to have a bonded retainer, There's diet restrictions. Can't bite into certain things. Can't bite into pizza crust for the rest of your life as long as you have it on. Bagels. I mean, to me, it's like, why would you want to have that? I know some people get away with eating whatever, but most people don't. So there is a diet restriction. We're going to warranty it, for 30 days or something like that, or maybe more, or 90 days. But after that, there's going to be a fee to fix it. And if things move, there's going to be a fee to retreat that. So, people want that bonded retainer, happy to do it at an additional fee. Occasionally, I'm going to include it with treatment, but I'm going to let the patients know on the front end. What type of patients would that be? Probably perio patients, like severe perio patients, where I need basically splinting. You might be able to bill a perio splint, depending on what it is, but an orthodontist probably can't do that. So I might send them to their GP to get that revenue opportunity for the GP or a periodontist. What else? Definitely on frenectomy patients, I'm going to, or a lower incisor extraction patient, I'm going to do a bonding retainer at no additional charge. And then in that case, I chose it so that there's not going to be an upcharge for that because I feel that's the best clinically indicated retainer for you. So, that's pretty much how the paperwork works. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, check out, I have a playlist on paperwork that's in my YouTube channel, as well as a playlist on retention. So everything you need to know is probably there. And if you want to meet with us, we're happy to meet with you as well. So to access those, go to my YouTube channel, go to YouTube, put in the search bar, Straightsmile Solutions. It'll take you to my YouTube channel, which has a green background. From there, scroll down on the homepage and you're going to see the variety of playlists. I have over 200 videos just for Invisalign, a couple dozen videos just for retainers and paperwork. This could take you months to go through because I have over 4,000 free pieces of content, educational resources. Hopefully it's helpful. All right, thanks so much. Have a good day.